Hey, welcome to another video on expected value lotto, where we look at Georgia lottery scratch tickets and their expected values or payouts. I want to start on my happy place pages here. So this is page 1. Page 2 is where we're at. And I want to mention Maryland Scratch Jedi today because he came over to one of my videos, made a comment. So I just am shouting out people who take the time to make a comment. So thank you, Maryland Scratch Jedi, for coming over and taking a look at my channel. Maryland Scratch Jedi, of course, lives in Maryland. He's got a coin that I have seen a lot of other scratchers using. So if you like scratch coins, check him out and get one of his coins. He also scratches other states' tickets. I guess he lives close enough to Pennsylvania to where those are pretty convenient for him to get. So he scratches those. As a matter of fact, that's what he did on his most recent video. He's also involved in this 12-state battle that's going on among 12 different scratch channels, which I think is really a cool idea. And they're trying to see who can get to $500 the fastest. He didn't do that great or great at all really on his first round, but I hope that he can kind of catch up with Fancy Nancy and make it competitive. So anyways, thanks again, Maryland Scratch Jedi. So for today's ticket, we're looking at the $5 Georgia Jackpot. So we're kind of going back because I just started, a couple weeks ago, and so we're doing some of the past tickets. And so there's a whole series of these Georgia Jackpot tickets. It is a number match game with multipliers involved. Here are the odds and prizes. Overall odds are 1 in 3.6, which is pretty standard for $5 tickets. And you can kind of see, all the prizes that are offered and the odds. The one thing that I do want to mention are the top 2 prizes. I have them listed differently than the Georgia Lottery website would list them. You can see here on the ticket it says win up to $500,000, but if you take that to the lottery office, they are going to give you a check for $350 or $350,000 after taxes. So that's why I go ahead and take that value out of the game so that we have a fair comparison among tickets. So let's look at the payout per prize. And what payout per prize is for every $5 that the Georgia Lottery gets from this ticket, this is the amount of money that they're putting back in to pay for these different levels of prizes. So for example, on a ticket prize, for every $5 they get, they're putting 50 cents back in to pay for all of these ticket prizes that no one wants. For the $5 prize, they're putting 16 cents out of every $5 back in to pay for these prizes. And you can see what I really don't like is when out of every $5 they can't even put 1 cent back in to pay for one of these top prizes. So yeah, I don't really like to see that, but it's pretty common among tickets here in Georgia. So if you add all of these payouts per prize up, if you add them all up, you get a total payout per ticket to the players of about 3.6 or $3.60. So what that means is if you play a bunch of these tickets, for every $5 you spend, you should expect to see about $3.60 back if you win evenly among all of these prizes. I like to look at it on a dollar per dollar basis because then it's easier to compare, $5 ticket to a $1 ticket, for example. And so payout per dollar is about 72 cents for every dollar. So for every $1 you put in, you should see about 72 cents back. Let's look at the top 1% of prizes versus the the bottom 99%. The reason I like to separate these out is that you have to be really lucky to hit a prize in the top 1%. Most of us, if we're playing a few tickets here and there, are going to be hitting prizes in the bottom 99%. And so, I like to take the value out of the game for these top 1%, since most of us are never going to see this money, and give a new payout amount just using the bottom 99% of prizes. And so you can see the $50 prize is split between the bottom 99% and the top 1%. Most of them are down here in the bottom 99%. So I think it's pretty fair to say that $50 is a reasonable prize to get on this game, but anything above that, you're going to have to be really super lucky. And so if you add up the payouts for all of these bottom 99% of prizes, you get another total of about $3.05 per ticket. So every $5 you spend, you get about $3.05 back, or about 61 cents on the dollar. So looking back, the total payout for the ticket overall is 72 cents on the dollar. For most of us, though, we should expect to see only 61 cents back on the dollar for this game. So, you know, a lot of the money is tied up in this top 1% where most of us are not going to see any of the prizes. So let's look and see how it compares to other $5 tickets. Again, I do have the best and worst tickets that I've seen over the past few years, but these top 3 tickets are the newest ones that we have, and you can see that on this chart, this right here in the middle, this is the Georgia Jackpot ticket. So it is a little bit better of a ticket on overall expected value or overall payout than the other 2 newer tickets, the Super Cash Multiplier and the Atlanta United FC. And you can see the overall expected value for this Georgia Jackpot ticket is 72 cents on the dollar, where the Super Cash Multiplier and Atlanta United tickets are 71 and 70 cents on the dollar. So this one is a little bit better of a ticket. Also, bottom 99% of prize, bottom 99% value and the top 1% value is better. So it's better in both categories. Now the odds are a tiny bit more difficult than the Atlanta United ticket, but still, the reason that, well, with the odds on this Atlanta United ticket, you might win more often, but your prizes are going to be lower amounts. And so I would rather have a ticket with a little bit worse odds, but better prizes. And so that's what you get with this Georgia Jackpot ticket. And you know, another consideration with this $5 Georgia Jackpot is that not only is it the best $5 ticket in the last 3 that we've seen, you can add a little bit of value onto this because of the second chance drawing. So, you know, with any of your losers, make sure that you go back and enter those for the second chance drawing. Overall, you know how I feel if you've watched my other ticket, $5 ticket videos. I don't really like $5 tickets in general because this expected value, 72 cents on the dollar, you can easily see that from a $3 game. And so I feel like if I'm going to pay more for a ticket, the value, you know, it should have a higher payout. It should be around 74, 75, or 76 cents per dollar, I think. And so my recommendation on $5 tickets always, unless you get a 78-cent payout like this Quick 50s, my advice is going to be pass on these $5 tickets. But if you do decide to play them, go out there and find some of those 1% winners. That would be awesome. If you do, maybe send me a picture. Let me know. That would be pretty cool to be able to feature that on the channel. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with another video.